The thing that I find most helpful, two things I think, are being dutiful, as in doing the mundane things, like making sure that you've making sure you do everything the same way every single time, and following up on something that was left over. So if you checked an HIV viral load on a patient on Monday, you want to make sure you circle back to it and make sure it's negative. Don't assume it's negative. um, I think honestly, the best doctors are the ones who are dutiful, who follow up on the small things. They follow up on the colorectal cancer screening. They follow up on the hypertension. They don't just say, it's fine, So I think being dutiful is the single most important skill to develop, regardless of your specialty. And then in ID, I found that was very important to read up. When I see a patient or there's a clinical question that comes to mind, you actually turn to the literature. Like, that should be reflexive for you to sort of look back and be like, has anybody encountered this before? Is this a well-known phenomenon? And very often you find, oh yeah, this is a known thing. This is a phenomenon. And this is what people did in the past, and that worked out. So I think like always trying to sort of like look for what else is out there will progressively make you a better doctor, than if you just say, oh yeah, I know, whatever, it's fine, like it's this and I'm going to move on. So like really sitting with the problem, uh, expanding your knowledge, and then the last step, of course, of it is like really engaging in good clinical reasoning. And there's certain habits you have to pick up as a diagnostician. And I think that might be beyond the scope of the interview, but if you read this great book called Thinking Fast and Slow, by Daniel Kahneman. Is it by Dan Kahneman? I think it is, yeah. That actually goes over a lot of cognitive errors that people have. And I think as an ID doctor, I'm constantly worried about things like premature closure or availability bias or attribution bias and these kind of cognitive errors. And I'm like thinking through that in my head. And I'm like, does this make sense? It's a very intense process. So expanding your knowledge base and then like thinking rigorously is something that I think in ID is just absolutely crucial. And the last thing that I think everybody should do is be nice. Like, just be nice. There's no like, I used to love the show House. And then like 6 months into medical school, I couldn't stand it because it was just like dead wrong about so many things. And the best doctors I know are like the nicest human beings I know. So you don't have to be a douche to be smart. And so I think that is something that people forget. I definitely was a douche in college, and I think one of the great things about UVA was it exposed me to amazing people who were just brilliant and kind, and I realized you could do both those things, and that changed me fundamentally as a human being.